YouTube, my friend. It's me, your boy B3, and Naughty Cat back there, obviously, with another... Hey, don't chew on that! She's chewing on my bag that's full of comics. Back with another graphic novel review. We have another one from DC Universe Rebirth. Cyborg Volume 1, The Imitation of Life. When this started, I was so hyped that they gave Cyborg another solo series. I didn't read his New 52 solo series. It was only like 2 books. I read the first issue, which I thought was good. But I never got to read the whole book. I'll probably get them on Kindle at some point. I bet they're super cheap on Kindle. I don't know if they were good or not. I just know I liked the first issue. But I read Cyborg Volume 1, The Imitation of Life, John Semper Jr., Paul Pateller, and I was so hyped, because during the entirety of the New 52, he was my favorite Justice League member. He was easily the most useful member of the Justice League in the New 52. And I can prove that mathematically. He was their transportation. He was their information source. He was everything. He was holding the Justice League together in the New 52. And they 100% would not have beaten Darkseid in Volume 1 without him. Without his boom tubes, Darkseid would have beat them. He would have. Cyborg was the most useful Justice League member in the New 52. He carried that damn team. I loved it. The only bad thing, though, is this book fucking sucks ass. It was so bad. Why? Why Semper? Why Pateller? Pelletter? Oh, fuck, it was awful. I'll read you the back of the book. It's war between man and machines, and Cyborg is trapped in the middle. Cyborg is a member of the Justice League. He is one of Earth's greatest heroes. But is Cyborg really who he thinks he is? When a shocking discovery about his own origin makes Victor Stone question everything he thought he knew about his identity and his humanity, it seems Cyborg might be more machine than man after all. But if that's the case, which side will Cyborg take when a mysterious cybernetic entity starts a war between man and machines? Now the people Victor Stone cares about the most are caught in the crossfire, and the choices he makes may mean the difference between the survival of mankind and an artificially intelligent future. Can Cyborg display the heart of a hero, or will he be torn in two by his dual nature? Cyborg Volume 1, The Imitation of Life is the perfect new jumping-on point, as Cyborg is reborn for DC Rebirth, thanks to animation writer John Semper Jr., and artists including Paul Pateller, Will Conrad, Timothy Green II, and more. Cyborg Volume 1, The Imitation of Life collects issues 1 through 5 and Cyborg Rebirth number 1. I hate that this book sucked. I really hate that this book sucked. The only reason I bought Volume 2 is because there was a buy 2 get 1 free sale at Barnes & Noble, and it was my free one. That's the only reason I even have Volume 2. That's how bad this was. Damn. This was just so awful. He fights several villains in this book, but here's the thing. All the villains are the same. They're all exactly the same. They're all artificially intelligent robot motherfuckers that fucking goddamn fucking shit. They all have similar powers, if not the same powers. They can't think of any enemies for Cyborg that aren't damn robots. They just can't do it in this book. He fights multiple enemies and they're all just robots. And it's like, come on, try harder. Try much damn harder. You know what would be the hardest fucking enemy for Cyborg to defeat? One that doesn't have any tech at all. Honestly. But Cyborg finds some stuff out about him. He finds a recording from his dad when his dad was working on him about how he's not entirely sure if Cyborg is even his son. He's not sure if his son's dead and this Cyborg is just a copy of his mind or what. And Cyborg and his dad already had a pretty big wall between them. I actually relate to Cyborg a lot because of his relationship with his dad. I ain't trying to make this too personal. I'm just saying one of the reasons I like Cyborg so much is that reason. But this book is weird. The main villain of this book is this... I can't tell if it's a cyborg or a robot with skin, but it's like a robot that looks like his dad, and it's trying to like replace his dad. It's kind of stupid. But one of the scientists that works at Star Labs is trying to take Cyborg out. They make him this computer program that can kind of shield him and make him look fully human, but it takes a lot of concentration for him to hold it. And he kind of just uses that so people won't stare at him and be like, holy shit, it's Cyborg, give me an autograph, or think he's a freak or anything. But it turns out he's forgotten a lot of his past. And there was this woman he like proposed to or something, and he doesn't remember her, and the whole time it's super obvious that it's the Star Lab scientist that he proposed to, but he doesn't remember, but she remembers, and she won't just fucking tell him. It's like, damn, bitch, tell him. I know I shouldn't call a woman a bitch, but she's fictional. She literally can't be offended. But there's like this plot against his dad, and he saves his dad, but it's actually the fake version of his dad, and so the fake version of his dad is running around in the lab, and this book is so fucking bad. The art is incredible. It's great art. The book itself is trash. But I love the art. Even if there's a mix of styles in here between issues, it's still great art. But he's having lots of internal conflict, like in his mind, and it's a bad book. It's a bad book. But he has like a great relationship with his community and all this stuff. And at the end there was like a female soldier who was really injured, and they take her to Star Labs so that she can be made into a second cyborg. So now there's going to be 2 of them, I guess. I don't know. I have not read Volume 2 yet. I'm kind of putting it off because this volume sucked so bad. It wasn't the only Rebirth Volume 1 that also sucked. There's another one I'm going to review soon that also sucked. A Bat book, actually. But I've read the Volume 1s of almost every Rebirth book, and most of them are really good. But Cyborg Volume 1, The Imitation of Life, is an easy pass for literally anybody. It is such a garbage book. And I hate that it's a garbage book, because I love Cyborg so damn much. Easily one of my favorite DC heroes. Especially the modern Cyborg. I like the older Cyborg. He's the same age as me. He's the same age as me. I like him on the Justice League instead of the Titans and stuff. It works. He really works with them very, very well. Because he's the young one who's out of place with all the people who are like a decade older than him. It's like great. Cyborg was great in the New 52. He's been great in Rebirth and other books. I've read many other books in Rebirth with him. The last book I reviewed, Justice League No Justice, he was in that and he was great. One of the only reasons they won, because he got information from the trees. I know that doesn't make sense unless you've read it, but you can check out the review if you can't read it. But this volume sucked, and I hate that it sucked, but it did. Sorry, Cyborg, you're my boy, but your book sucked ass. That's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll see you all later.